Air
Hey, right guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Living the dream, man.
How's it going?
Woo-hoo.
Did you like that? You like that?
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful entry.
Well, you know what? It's you got to make an entrance, right? I mean, during the day you pay a superhero with this, but at night, you know, we all want to be gangsters, right?
That's the intro music I need to hear when I walk in through the door at the downtown Smoky Bar, you know, and then it needs to progress into like that soft jazz.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Exactly.
for everyone watching today then, so we're going to be talking about Gangster Finance, which is being released in the next, how long, Function?
That would be today.
Today.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes,
So
there is a website update coming very shortly.
He's going to be walking us through the site before it goes live. We're going to talk a little bit more about Sidekick as well, getting on, and that is linked to Gangster as well. Is that all right to say that? I good to say that? Yeah. How that is linked to Gangster. So yeah, let's crack on then, Function. Do you want to? By the way, Mr. Function is the dev of Gangster Finance, and we've got Cozz, who's the dev of Sidekick as well. And yeah, come on, Function, crack on, show us the website, see what you've done.
All right. Thank you very much, Crypto Buddy, for having us here up on the stream. Yeah. So guys, first I'd like to, I guess I'll give myself a bit of an intro as well. So I'm Mr. Function. I am indeed the lead developer of Gangster Finance, and I guess this is more of a walkthrough just to show you guys what's going on. And look, I hope this is going to help everybody out. I can't wait to open this up and get everybody on board. So yeah, the homepage is pretty simple. It's you've just got the logo, and then you'll have stat readouts and that sort of thing. You'll have your TVL, your drip pool ballot, and then you got your reasons why Gangster Finance is so great. So nothing too fancy on the homepage. We want people to sort of head for the dashboard, and that's where it actually gets really cool. So before we go any further, we'll explain briefly what you're seeing here. So each of these is a card that belongs to a vault. Okay, now Gangster Finance is bringing these vaults that are based on a popular contract model, and this is basically what we're bringing is single asset staking pools that have dual rewards.
That's man.
Incredible. I mean, I kind of like those because there's single asset staking pools. You don't have to worry about impermanent loss. You pretty much, it's about long-term stability, right? Medium long-term play. You just hold your tokens. You earn your percentages. I mean, it's funny because they say there's nothing really degen or sexy about it. You're right. Passive income, wearing a suit, being a gangster. There is nothing sexy about doing that and making money. There's nothing sexy about making money.
Yes, there is.
Sometimes.
The more of it you have, the greater it is.
Exactly. I mean, come on. Look, it's the truth is like, why we, some of us here like, first of all, mind blown, 2 devs for the price of 1 stream, and they're not here killing each other. They're actually working along. Usually devs are fighting, raging against the machine. This is like, they're actually talking to each other. Are you fucking kidding me? I dropped the F-bomb. Are you freaking kidding me?
Get that other guy when their stream's over and done with.
Yeah. But this is kind of the stuff. But and look, the funny thing is that honestly, is from the beginning we've been saying the same thing. We're tired of all these other things, all these rugs, all these impermanent loss, all these other scam plays. everything we've not only lost money, but it's like, is this really it? There's got to be something better. And why not just have something better? And so look, we're just, you know what, screw it. Let's just create something better. And it just happens that if you actually find a couple other devs on the same way who resonate on the same wavelength, who also have complementary skills, and it's like, you know what, we are doing this, you're doing that. Hey, let's just kind of collaborate and let's just see how it goes. And let's just move on.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's exactly, you know, that's exactly why I started building Gangster Finance, is ultimately because, you know, I've seen the way that Flow went, I've seen the way that other dApps have gone, and, you know, people just weren't happy with them for some reason. You know, people all have different explanations as to why they're not happy, but at the end of the day, I created Gangster Finance because I knew it was something I'm happy with. I want to save my crypto for the future, and I know I want the same. You know, so this method that we've created here is great because it means that people are going to save together. People are going to grow together. You know, this is it. So, and by no means is this it. We got so much more coming along as well.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I mean,
yeah,
it's awesome. I mean, look,
So-
and I tell. Go ahead, continue.
Sorry, I was just about to say what's actually really, really cool and something I'm very excited about is these. You know,
Nice.
we have
That's
the
awesome.
Sidekick Vault right there.
Talk us through it, man.
That means, okay, so the Sidekick, we've had a lot of questions about that to begin with, but I'm going to tell you now. So people are, I'm really happy about it because it's effectively double dipping on rewards. So when you first participate in Sidekick, and this is something that that Cole might be able to help with as well, is ultimately when you participate in Sidekick and you hold the Sidekick token, when you stake the Sidekick token, that's right. When you stake the Sidekick token, you're earning from the fees that are collected by those who are selling or dumping, right?
Yep.
So holding the XSK is sort of representing an underlying value built up in Sidekick token, right?
Right. So yeah, XXK is like your share in the pool of all the Sidekick in our staking contract. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what we allow you to do then, what we allow people to do with this XSK vault is they can then stake those XSK tokens into our pool, and they'll not only like be getting the same effects as the other pools offer for WBNB, BUSD, and all of them, but they're also earning OGX token on the side, you know? And so the underlying value of Sidekick grows. The people in the vault know that the underlying value of that is growing because, you know, people keep rolling, keep reinvesting. Essentially, yeah, Sidekick is the first proper double dip on rewards. So, yeah, that's why I love it so much. It's because it's really going to bring two communities together, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think when you brought the idea to us, I was like, oh, hell yeah, that's awesome. You know, anything that anybody, anyone that integrates, you know, something like this with our thing, you know, that does nothing but help us. So, you know,
Exactly.
the fact that you can wrap our staking tokens means that you could also probably do other people's staking tokens out there. You know what I mean? You know, the sky's the limit.
Very possibly.
You know?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Gangster could totally add some future vaults or whatever.
I mean, really, and it really is like double staking, right? I mean, you're not only double staking, but it does a couple of things. I mean, because you talk about XXK with Sidekick, and when Sidekick is, you know, you stake 1-to-1, but as time goes on, there's more fees in the buys and sells. That one stake Sidekick becomes 2 Sidekick, becomes 3 Sidekick, becomes 4 Sidekick. So one stake that just keeps earning. And you put this thing into this vault on the staking one, then you can earn more of the staked Sidekick. So it's like you can actually earn more, plus you double dip on other rewards. I mean, the vault contracts, as we said, bear market, bull market, battle tested, they win. Made for actually, not only that, they're actually made for people that are known for holding and staking their tokens, right? And you get rewarded for that. Single asset stake, impermanent loss, just win, baby. You know, how is that right? Play to win. This is how we win. And I mean, and then you get OGX, and people's like, you know, and I'm sure the question is like, what the hell is OGX? Is it like OGX is a loyalty token? And how much does it cost, dude? Loyalty is priceless.
Let me share with that. So yes, that's yeah, OGX token. I've mentioned that a couple of times, so I guess I better share with everybody what that's about. Effectively, OGX token is exactly as Feli says, is a loyalty token. Okay, the way I like to explain it is that OGX is kind of like the carrot on the end of the stick. Okay, it shows you what good actions are for the vaults, because what happens is you get OGX every time you deposit and every time you roll, or rather compound your earnings. Okay, so every time you do something good for the vaults, okay, that isn't taking capital away from it or anything like that, you get some more OGX. In a way, the loyalty token is going to show you guys the way to do the best that you can. Okay, it's not advice, it's not instructions, it's literally just incentive to show what good things are for the vaults. And yeah, so you guys get that every time you deposit and compound your earnings.
So does that mean, so right now you haven't actually got plans for OGX token, but further down the line you've got where it can, what you'll be able to do with it? Will there be things coming out for OGX token?
Yeah, absolutely. So this first phase here is basically what I'm calling a generation sort of phase. Okay, it started at 0, and essentially the OGX supply will be discovered by demand. So when people start depositing, when people start compounding, okay, it's all going to be, the supply is going to go upwards. Okay, as people get those rewards, because rewards are minted on that demand basis. So
yeah,
when we eventually, once we get down the road and, people are into the vaults, we get things running properly, there is every chance that we're going to be creating a lot of good things for OGX token. We're going to focus on things like burning the token off, putting the token in other contracts. There's a whole number of things that we can do. But at the moment, as I said, it's a loyalty token to show you guys the way, and you guys get it just by depositing and compounding.
Yeah. So it's worth getting hold of the OGX token now and then holding it to see what's later on down the line then.
Yeah. Look, so I would definitely say it's worth grabbing some OGX. I will say that it's not, I don't think it's a good idea to purchase OGX on swaps and things like that, okay? Especially when you can earn the OGX for free by using one of the other vaults, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you get yourself some OGX, and in the future, we're going to start coding up some new ideas, and yeah, OGX will be the keys into that. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, look, it's and the other thing you're talking about OGX, I mean, look, it's always good to have an origin story, right? And our origin story starting in different DApp and in a different community. But really, what happened is like, and we don't need to talk about the different DApps, but we could, other communities, because it's okay. I mean, but really, what happened is that the community is not more than just it evolved from the dev at that point, because we resonated doing some other stuff, doing other things, and so here we are now, where all of a sudden it's like, you know what? Having a token that rewards being a positive influence on the community, where you get rewarded for doing good things. I mean, forget about raising your kids. You do it with raising your kids, you're creating better people. But then also actually not only where you're earning something, but you're also getting, it's not just about loyalty. It's actually about being, assisting your community, and you get to win at the same time. You're adding value. And by adding value, that makes that your efforts are also more valuable. So in terms of that, that's how you build a community. And here we are with 2 different devs and 2 different dApps and 2 different things. And it's like, what team are you? Gangster Finance. And to me, I always see it as one community. As one community and one team. It's just we're in the sandbox, and we have a different set of skills. And it actually happens that we can all work together and figure out how things go. And at the same time, it's like, why not? If one thing helps the other, then that's the truth. In a good ecosystem, one thing will add value to the other, and back and forth. They will kind of provide sustainability to each one. So, dude, exciting times. I talk too much. I'm going to mute myself for the next minute.
I was about to say, Mr. Feli. All right.
So, do you want to show us through a little bit more of the site, man?
Yeah, for sure. So let me choose a vault here, and we'll go for a bit of a look-see through. Why don't we go with the Sidekick Vault here?
Yep.
All right. So we'll go to the vault. All right. So as you can see, I've already made some adjustments to the UI to make it a little bit easier for people. So already we got the wallet balance there. So you'll see how many tokens you have in your wallet for each respective balance on the card on the left. So yeah, basically, I'll explain the interface here. So on the left, you have your info panel. On the right, you have your actions panels. Okay, your info is where you find everything about you and what's going on with your stuff in the vault. Really sort of simple. You've got your stake, how much you've totally deposited, what your current rewards are, how many compounds you've done, how much you've withdrawn, how much has been compounded, all that sort of thing. It's wonderful. So yeah, there's your deposit box and your withdraw tokens that are staked in the vault. You can transfer them to someone else if you want. So, you know, say for example, if I had to pay Crypto Buddy some Sidekick for, you know, whatever reason, you know, I could send him Sidekick that is, sorry, XSK that is still staked in the Gangster Finance vault, and he would be able to withdraw it whenever he wants, which means that potentially speaking, paying your friend in a staked vault token means that that value could actually potentially be more depending on how long they leave it. Yeah, so we enable some really powerful movement of tokens and volume in that way. And then we've got the standard info panels, like showing quick stats of total numbers of things, and then more stats like adding up of supplies and counts and balances. And then right down the bottom, we've got a view contract button for each of the vault contracts also.
Okay.
So yeah.
So if people have been in Elephant.money, or if they've been in Banker or anything like that, this should be like really similar, and people should know.
Yeah.
So did you want to explain a bit about like the rewards and stuff about it as well, like what's from it?
For sure. So yeah, absolutely. Anybody watching this video who has been in dApps like Elephant Money or something like that, they'll definitely recognize they'll certainly get a familiarity when they visit Gangster Finance and the vaults. So our contracts definitely are. We actually borrowed a copy of the stack contract, fixed up the bugs, added some improvements, and yeah, we changed up the rewards a little bit. So whenever you make a deposit into the vault, you incur, deposits and withdrawals both incur a 10% dividend fee, okay? Now that fee is broken up at an 80-20 ratio. So 80% of the fee goes to what we call the daily drip of the vault, and the other 20% gets instantly dispersed proportionately between those who are staked in the vault, okay? The drip pool recalculates its balance every 6 hours, and the idea behind it is to drip 3% of its balance back to those who are staked in the vault every 24 hours.
Okay.
In this way, whenever a fee is taken, that drip pool gets topped up, everybody gets instant dividends. So whether it's a deposit or a withdrawal that happens, everybody's earning.
So just to make that clear, so this is 3% rather than the standard sort of like 2%.
Yeah, so Elephant Money, they offered 2% on their vaults at the moment, and we are dripping at a 3% rate. So just for those who are good with statistics, that is a 50% faster rate than our closest competitor.
Yeah. So okay, so I invest into Sidekick, I get the 3% drip rather than 2% drip, and also I'm going to get OGX tokens as well. And
yeah,
is Sidekick the best one to get in for those, to get the most OGX tokens, or?
Yeah, so let me explain how the OGX token generation works. Basically, what we're doing is we're operating on a quantity of tokens basis. So let's use Sidekick as an example in this one. Basically, let's say I put in 1,000 Sidekick. Okay. What would happen is it would calculate 10% of the total that I typed in. So there we go, say 100. that would mean that at a base rate, I'd be eligible for 100 OGX tokens. But here's the kicker. Because Sidekick Vault has a 2x multiplier on it, that actually means that I'd be up for 200 OGX tokens.
Hey, we like 2x multipliers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's right. You heard that right. XSK Vault has a 2x multiplier on it. So yeah, get those rewards in, baby. That's how you do it.
Yeah, I think you know, stuff like this where devs are working together is definitely going to be how we're going to get more, you know, momentum going forward.
Oh, definitely. Most certainly, man. And I cannot wait to see what the future of Sidekick brings either. This is going to be awesome.
So I've got a quick question for you guys. Earlier, whilst we've got both devs on, right? Explain this. This guy said, "Great, a new scam." So, not going to try and put you guys on the spot or anything, but can you please explain to this Trump supporter why?
Is a Trump supporter?
He's got a name called Trump 2020.
Damn, it's 2021, bro. We're almost to 2022.
Mate,
yeah.
Trump in the past, isn't he? So, do you guys want to take that question about how it's not?
Look,
so, I mean, hey, calling it a scam isn't really a question, but I guess we'll just say no, it's not a scam.
Yeah, that's really all we can say is no, not a scam.
I mean, one thing about Sidekick and obviously now Gangster Finance is we both took contracts that are well known and well tested and have been in use for you know a long time. So
yeah.
Exactly, we're based on code that people already know and trust, and you know, we've made improvements.
Right.
Okay, so it's pretty much like safe to say, you know, like people can go with these and they don't need to be worried about their money. You know, you've got the vaults where, you know, for someone to try and scam the vaults is very hard because if they're trying to take money out of it, you've got the 10% fees going out, which will always leave money in the vaults, yeah? So
exactly, yeah. So yeah, if someone does a deposit, they get a 10% fee. They do a withdrawal, they get a 10% fee. You know, the longer that you're in there, the more that you're earning. That's the thing.
Yeah, and with Sidekick, you've also got the anti-whale dump tax. Is that right, Cozz? Did you want to explain that quick? Because I don't know if we covered that last time.
So the dump tax, just whenever we do a big pump, or we can activate our dump tax, and all it is a tax that's slapped on top of the 10% buy and sell tax. So the people who are dumping get hit extra hard, you know.
Yeah.
And it's only after we, you know, usually when we pump. So like, and that's just because, you know, obviously if we're pumping the token, we don't want people to just drain our liquidity right after.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So
yeah. So that's yeah. So basically, how I've run you guys through the vaults here is pretty much the way it is for all of them. We've got staked Sidekick. We got WBNB, so wrapped BNB. Make sure you guys are clear of that one. We also have BUSD, Bitcoin, sorry, BTCB, and of course the OGX vault. Other than that, we have a link to the documentation, which I'm going to show off later once I finish writing up some things post-stream today. And yeah, that's pretty much the website for now, guys, until we start building in some new features and some new ideas for OGX token, which, as I said, is coming in the future. Yeah, that's pretty much the website. I wanted to keep it clean and simple for you guys and make it easily navigable. You can always find the menu by clicking on the burger on the top left corner. And what's actually really cool too is actually find your wallet address and a QR code for it just by clicking on your balance in the top right corner here. Boom, just like that on every page. So you don't even have to leave the DApp website inside of your wallet for someone to send you funds now. You can just pull up the code just like that.
Hey, Mr.Function, would you be able to tell, like, for the new people that they don't have to buy OGX? Once you receive that reward, from staking in the other vaults, that's how you'll be able to participate in the OGX vaults. Because I think some people
Yes.
were kind of confused about that.
Yeah. So, guys, as I said to you before, I don't think buying OGX is a good idea, okay? Because we are definitely in the supply generation phase. What this means is that with every deposit and compound of the vaults, someone is getting more OGX that is being freshly minted, okay? As I said, it's on a demand basis. The supply is growing, all right? If you use an exchange at the moment, likely what will happen is that someone will face impermanent loss. So, in the best interests, to get the best benefit, here's what you do. You participate in a different vault, you earn some OGX for free, and then you've got the OGX to get into the OGX vault. It's not going anywhere. The rewards are switched on. It's all good to go. So,
perfect.
Okay.
And then anybody that
don't buy it,
participates
earn it.
in the SK vault gets the double multiplier as well. So
That's it. Yeah. Look at the multipliers on the vaults. Sidekick has a double. BUSD has a triple. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in definitely on the SK vault for sure, heavy. So anybody that gets in that,
Expected that one from the great creator.
yeah.
yeah. How can he not?
True, true.
So, Mikhail, you got any more questions that you got asked earlier?
Oh, people, I think Function covered them. It was pretty much people asking, do they need to buy the tokens, and then where they can buy the tokens, and then the expected price of OGX. But I
Yeah,
think
look, honestly, guys, I just want to drive that point home a little bit further just to make sure everybody gets it, okay? Look, Gangster Finance is not looking to support market-based activities with OGX, okay? The supply is growing. LP providers, impermanent loss is a possibility, okay? Earn your OGX through the vaults.
Yeah. And then
Right.
also, are you going to mention about the supply cap on OGX?
Yeah, so that's ultimately the thing as well, is we want to potentially put a cap on OGX. Is that once we figure out the next use case for it, is we could totally put a cap on it, and then start making it deflationary. The tokens are burnable. Contracts are able to mint them if need be at the moment, and yeah, that's in the future though. So
Yeah, man. Cool.
Yeah.
So you got anything else you want to add? 'Cause we'll move on, see how Sidekick's getting on.
Oh, I think, hey, one thing, if everyone's asking about where to buy, maybe we can put a little buy symbol somewhere on here for like buy the token on Pancake for all these tokens.
Yeah, now that's the other thing too, is that on the dashboard, I do actually have some buttons added to the cards, which show get WBNB, get BUSD, and those do actually you directly to Pancake Swap pre-selected. Except get SK, XSK actually takes you direct to the staking page on Sidekick Finance.
Got it. And
one more thing before I forget. I think for the beginners, maybe just wallets. Wallets is always a question. What's the best for mobile? What's the best for PC?
Okay, yes. So if you're trying to jump onto Gangster Finance, development has been supported by using only MetaMask. We support MetaMask as the official of Gangster Finance. Okay, we use it in development, we use it in production. If another wallet works, great, please let us know. Okay, but in terms of using Gangster Finance, MetaMask is our answer.
Nice, man.
Cool. Yeah, I've heard people use Token Pocket, and some people Trust Wallet works, some people it does and doesn't. So,
Yeah,
but MetaMask is the go-to.
Unfortunately, iPhone users won't be able to have a wallet thing, which is very, very unfortunate, actually. Hey, I mean, Android users definitely have Trust Wallet out there. iPhone, you can certainly download MetaMask from the App Store. And yeah, they still have a DApp browser, so you'll be able to jump on there, no problems at all.
We've got any ideas? Any ideas you can talk about with NFTs for Gangster Finance?
I don't want to go into any specifics, but that is definitely something that I've been researching. I've got a few contracts that I've been messing around with lately, and this ties into the whole locking up of and burning off of OGX tokens. I'm trying to create mechanics that will make that a little bit of fun. You know what I mean? And so, you know, knowing how popular NFTs are in the crypto sphere, I definitely want to look into that for people. So.
Nice, man. And then you got, are we having some vaults on auto compounding?
Oh, auto compounding. Good question. That is still under research, heavy research. I definitely need to get some more brains on that one. So at the moment, all the vaults are manual compounding, but it's a consideration that we've got on the table.
Nice. Cool, man. Well, yeah, so I think that kind of wraps up the whole of Gangster Finance. And do you want to just recap when it gets launched again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so basically, for people that are unsure, you get your BUSD, you get your XSK.
Oh, right.
You get
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Get all your WBNB, and then you head over to the vault. And I mean, there's no lie, guys. It's the early in, get an advantage. You know, not good. There's no lie there.
So we've
That's
got
just it, yeah.
13 hours till they go live.
Okay, so that is actually getting updated. Yeah, so as I said, guys, there is a site update coming very shortly, and that time will actually significantly reduce for some people. We do have a block that we are opening the vaults on, so what I'm actually going to do, just specially for everyone, is we're about to blast out a link to a countdown timer, which shows the block that the vaults will open up on, okay? And the website at the moment reflects a countdown timer, but I will also be blasting out when the website reflects the block countdown.
Nice, man.
Oh. Okay, so you guys, anyone seeing the countdown timer right now, take it as a point of reference, okay? But it's getting updated within the next hours today.
Yeah, we'll put that on Telegram, let everybody know.
Fantastic, guys. Excellent. Look, thank you guys for joining me on stream so far. Hey.
Oh, man, it's good, man.
Thank you.
Oh, well. Yeah, so it goes live today at some point, and everyone needs to get ready. All the links on the site on where you can buy coins, how to get in. Make sure you join the Telegrams. Make sure you follow Twitter. And then, yeah, I think that's everything. Is there anything else?
Just the last thing is there's a nice deposit coming in this week for XSK. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A whale coming along, so you might want to get in there, guys.
Yeah, and I've only gotten in a little bit, so I'm gonna make a big deposit as well.
Yeah, the crazy thing is it's not even you we're talking about, so people better get in there.
Okay, so I think what we can say is, I think we're allowed to say who he's doing it, aren't we? I think we're allowed to say, yeah. I think he's still alright with it. So I'll take the blame if not. So Fairly will be doing 1 million Sidekick XSK, deposit.
Holy shit!
Woo! Drop the bomb.
Yeah, that's what I said.
In a week's time. So if you're in the vault already, you will be getting a lot of instant rewards.
Stupid amounts. Get it. Be a part of that.
Hey, just a quick question, guys. Am I right to can my screen now?
Yeah, man.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you got to put those buddy's face right there.
Okay, so let's go. Should we go over and look see how Sidekick's getting on? It's been what, about 3 weeks now? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
Something like that. Feels like it's been a long time.
Man, you've got some improvements going on onto the site, haven't you? Though, so
I mean, we got a couple of things going on. I mean, we're just making small tweaks and little things here to make sure the site's ready to go for when we launch on Matic and get our marketing going. But yeah, I mean, the big thing we got done last week was we added some different languages. So you know, we have a big international market, so we wanted to make sure everybody could read the site in whatever language they wanted. You know, I really like the Korean. You know, I can't understand it, but it looks cool as hell. So I like to have my shit in Korean. But no, man, yeah, we're trying to tweak up DeFi Watcher, get this a little bit more usable. You know, we're gonna get the paid and pro versions of our charting out. We're trying to get headquarters out. Let me see. I guess I should go back to English.
Oh, I'm looking at. You guys see it? One XSK is 1.06 SK. Wow.
Yeah, let's see what's going on with that. We got headquarters coming out, staking. You know, we really want to get charts. You know, we have this where you can go to KuCoin, but we want to make it. We want to get our own charting in house, so you don't have to go to KuCoin. You know what I mean? So we got a lot going on though. So the goal is to basically wrap up the DeFi Watcher and our headquarters like internal stuff, so that we can start focusing and release on Matic by the end of next month. So
Nice.
that's kind of where we're at.
So what's the benefit of people getting into Matic if they hold Sidekick?
So we're basically gonna be creating an up Matic token where you can basically, you know, if you think the price of Matic is gonna go up, you're gonna want to buy our Matic version of our token, because, you know, for the same reasons you buy Sidekick, we'll be able to reuse lock liquidity and pump the price. And we have a lot of cool things coming out on the Matic side as well. You know, we want to keep it under wraps, but there's lots of the founders are trying to decide right now between, you know, a drip clone, a flow clone, or exactly what we're going to be doing with our Matic side. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it, man. We're pretty excited.
Yeah. So so on our normal Sidekick, that's going to some of it will drip back to the original Sidekick holders on BSD, won't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So every token, every smart contract that you know we build, Sidekick builds, is going to have a fee that goes back to the original Sidekick holders and stakers, to the stakers specifically. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Cool, man. And do you want to talk about what you've been doing recently? Because wasn't you doing airdrop and just pumping the price as well, wasn't you?
Right now, yeah, we're doing the 10 BNB buybacks, and we're doing the 100K airdrop every day. Every other day, we do one or the other. And I think we got it going on for at least another 10 days or so, right?
Yeah, man.
We've been doing it for at least a week, I think. So that's been awesome.
I'm really enjoying that too, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the cool things we can do, you know, and I love it. But, you know, because right now things are kind of slow. We're just getting started because we're doing a lot of dev and we're still getting marketing going. But, you know, I think in the next month or so, we're going to see a big increase, a big push.
Did you want to just bring up the chart again? Because we'll have a little look at that. So I think you're Sidekick.
Chart's been doing. I mean, I haven't been looking at it too hard, but it looks like it's been doing pretty well. It's pretty solid, man. It's pretty steady.
That's really good for the market. The market's been so choppy. That's beautiful, man.
That is awesome. Look at that. It's got a brilliant V right there too.
By the dip.
Nice.
By the dip, boys.
That's beautiful.
DCA.
Look at that.
I wonder who
Down. Rocket!
Right. Someone really got in there.
Just before that first pump, there's a little bit where it goes down, and we call that the roller effect.
Yeah, we had some, one of our admins had some issues and it cashed out, but oh well.
I know that you can't control the price 100%, obviously, but the way the price has been steadily rising, this is a part of your tokenomics, right? Like this is a part of what makes your coin so special.
I mean, one thing we have again is the fees, and so you know we kind of encourage long-term holding with, like, you know, the fact that you're going to get hit with a fee for it going in and out. So you know, you really, if you're going to get into Sidekick, you know, and it's just like the single staking, you know, vaults on Gangster, you want to be kind of long-term focused and thinking.
See, and that's actually something I wanted to jump in there and mention too, is that ultimately, because of the long-term nature of how Sidekick works, and then the long-term nature of how Gangster Finance works, that's why the two actually sort of work together, you know?
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, it's all coins you need. It's all coins that, if anybody's in the crypto sphere, those are all coins you need. Those are all coins you're going to want to hold. So you just make out. Down the road, 3 months from now, you're going to be loving what your account looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let us build some stuff. Give us some time. But, man, yeah, we're pretty excited.
I'll tell you what I hold in BNB, and then I'm so glad I bought a load of Sidekick, because the price has actually been more stable than the price of BNB at the moment.
Yeah.
Crazy. So, And, you know, obviously staking is nice. You know, we're going to get an APY, you know, tracker on there so you can kind of get what the APY is of staking. But, yeah, man, you know, buy Sidekick, stake, and you own the future of the network. So.
Is that also, I'm not going to say what Telegram group, but if you scroll a bit to the left on that, can you just explain that big up and down?
Right here?
Yeah.
So this was when we first when we first launched the token, we were trying to get the price right, and so we were doing internal buys and sells with our vault, and so we were trying to get the price right because we didn't want the price to be super high and then have everybody dump out and kind of ruin the initial liquidity. So all this is we were doing buys and sells to try to get the price right, and we kind of bought way too high. we kind of messed that part up a little bit, but you know, we got it back down to a decent price. And
to be fair though, those first two candles weren't even like that was like MGE. That wasn't like even available for sale yet, right? So I mean, those aren't even like real activity. Like people look at that like, oh, it dropped from there. It never dumped from there.
Right. No, I never dumped from there. It was on Pancake. With this was before it was tradable by anybody else. So we were we were able to trade was when we were adding liquidity. And so when we added liquidity, we did some small buys and sells to try to get the price to the right price, you know, for everything.
I want that to be clear.
So basically after that, I think right here, once we released, I think we released around right here, which was 0.25.
13th or something.
Yeah, about 0.25. So it's been pretty steady since then.
Yeah, I just wanted to be clear with people because people think those first two candles are dumping, major dumping, the dev's dumping. It's none of that at all.
No.
Also, can we just address the other thing that people are saying? They're saying they got 30% less, aren't they? And that's not the case.
No, not at all. So basically, in the beginning, you know, and we have a big article on this, but basically, when we were adding liquidity the second time, we added more BNB to the pool, thinking like, hey, yeah, people will be happy that we had more BNB. But what happened was it ended up making, you know, less people get more BNB in the pool means we got more of the token supply. You know, whoever puts in more BNB of that initial supply gets more of the token supply. So that was our first MGE, and we kind of messed up in the fact that we didn't think that through. What we should have done is just not change the amount of BNB we put in at all, and just did a buy at the end, right? And just we should have kept it the exact same, and just pump BNB in after the MGE. But you know, you live and you learn. And I basically went through for about a whole week, and everyone that got less was emailing me, and I gave everybody tokens out of the dev pool. So everybody should be made whole. Anyone that got less should have got their tokens corrected.
And I think that is just like, you know, that proves that it's not a scam as well.
Yeah, no, dude, I went through for like a whole week. Just anyone that's emailing me, you know, I was getting emails and everything. So yeah, I gave everybody should be happy, bro.
And also, if they would have just got in and staked from the start, then, you know, just being like, oh, this and selling. You know, how many are you giving away? What, 400,000 for 500,000?
I think we're up to like 400,000 or 500,000 Sidekick that we deposited into the staking pool, just straight up. So you know, the staking pool is getting real hefty. So
it was also nice of you to let people use the referrals to get a bunch of free coins.
Yep. And the referrals will be back in the MGE, and we'll probably have referral systems and different tokens and smart contracts we do. But yeah, man, that was awesome. So, you know, all in all, you know, we learned a lot in the MGE. Everything didn't go as planned, but basically, you know, we're pretty solid right now. We're feeling pretty good about the future and our ability to basically execute now.
So everyone should be whole and up in value anyway.
Huh?
So everyone should be made whole by now, and they're all up in value.
I gave everybody more tokens. I gave everybody the same amount that they got before, even though they didn't actually get less. It's just that the supply got a little messed up. But everybody should have more tokens, and the value is higher than when we initially priced it at 0.25. So
nice.
Yeah, there's nobody complaining in the chat in the Telegram anymore, so I think they're good now.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, you know, obviously with all these tokens, you got to have a use case, right? You got to have traffic, and so that's what we're working on right now. We're building use case. So
yeah.
Also, I don't know. I saw one of the posts. Your post. You have something going on with Professor Kronos, right?
Yeah. So we did. We signed. We finalized a cool little partnership with the creator of our token model, Rootkit, and you know, she's a dev of Rootkit Finance and UpBnB, and you know, she had our back a lot through the whole thing, and you know, she was awesome. She's been talking to us and helping us and whatnot. So yeah, it was cool to really just get her at our, you know, just get her support, and you know, basically, you know, we modeled their token, the ERC Elite. So anything they do, you know, we'll be able to incorporate, and she's totally cool with it. She's gonna help us build everything in, and you know,
So she's
excited.
going to be helping future releases as well then.
Well, I mean, so basically, like for example, like she had an upgrade to one of her contracts, and she was like, "Hey, I just upgraded this. Why don't you guys go check it out? You know, if you have any issues, let me know. But you guys can use that." And you know, stuff like that. So like when they release something cool, if we think that it's awesome and we want to incorporate it, it's nice because they did all the work, and we can kind of just incorporate that contract.
Nice, man.
Well, what excites me is that you're like, there's not many people doing it, really. It's just Kronos, who's pretty much the creator, and now you're like one of the first people to be doing this. It's really exciting.
Yeah, I think we're one of the first people to clone UpBnB and Rootkit. So, but you know, I just saw something like I saw what was it? Someone was saying they want to clone Sidekick, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So.
Well, I think those things are going to happen. I mean, they're going to see that it's an effective project, it's working, and that's how it goes. Then there's just going to be tons of them.
So can you just tell me where you learned to become a dev?
Where did I learn to become a dev? Just online, and I went to a community college for a little bit, and you know, I'm really self-taught on the dev stuff. You know, I'd already went to school, and I think
You don't have a mentor?
No, I mean, no, I was watching that movie, The Social Network, back in the day, the Facebook movie, and I was like, holy hell, these dev guys are getting rich. I should probably go check that out. And that's where it all started for me. I was like, once I saw that Facebook movie, I was like, dude, this guy became a billionaire just from getting drunk and coding in his little dorm. I was like, what the fuck? So that was like about 10 years ago almost. So yeah, man, after that I kind of was just studying online stuff, self-teaching. I took some community college courses, and then just really you know, got in the game professionally, and then ever since then, never looked back.
Nice, man. Nice one, man. Cool. So yeah, is there anything else you want to add? Like, I suppose, you know, you go follow you guys over on Twitter, get involved in Telegram, go check out the website, get involved.
We got a comment. I don't want to diss our guy. That's my guy over there.
Which one?
Asking about Drip. I don't want to say his name wrong. Khalil? I can't ignore him. That's good peeps right there.
Drip? Oh, the Drip. Oh, yeah. So in our Discord, in the Sidekick Discord, guys, you know, we have a Drip team, and you know, a lot of everyone here that's watching probably knows we have a bankroll team, and so you know, we were going to start doing airdrops to anyone that's in our Drip team. So, you know, if you're not in Drip, check that out, and then if you want to join our team, you know, we're going to be airdropping Sidekick to the guys on Drip.
Cool. That's the thing. You gotta get it in different. You gotta be on different platforms. You know, one thing's not gonna get you rich. Like, these are great things. Don't get us wrong, but you gotta be involved in multiple things.
Yep, you gotta diversify, man.
100%, 100%. And also, can you just explain the staking and unstaking? Some people get a bit confused about this, don't they?
Yeah, that's a great call. I don't know why it's so confusing for some people, but it is.
So basically, you know, it's probably simpler. When you stake, you know, it's really simple. There's a mathematical formula that basically calculates the price and how much you're going to get, and so that changes based on the price of based on how much SK is in the pool and how many people are staked, right? So basically, the less people staked means that there's less shares given out, right? Meaning that you're going to get more of the share of the supply of everything that's in the pool. So really, you know, so the less people in the pool, the more your shares will be worth, and also the more SK in the pool, the more your shares will be worth.
Okay, and they can see that on that staking page, can't they?
Right. Yeah. You can see how much your shares are kind of worth. So right now, for one SK, you're only going to get about 0.93 shares. of the pool, right? When we first started, this was 1-1. But now that there's so much SK in the pool, you got to pay the price. You got to pay on top.
Right. I think people are confused with the unking part because they're like, "Oh, I don't see my gains. I don't see my gains."
So if you, let's say right now, if I withdraw 100, I get 106.
Right. That's
one. Like that's where
right.
you get your gains when you withdraw. Otherwise,
Yep.
it just piles up. The value of your
And that's
shares.
that 106 used to be 102, 103, and that number's creeping up. Like
Yeah.
it's awesome. You want to get
So
in
that's
there.
that's the passive income part. It automatically compounds passive income, and you don't got to do anything. You just stake the network, and the share value is gonna go up. As
I
more and
love
more
it. There's no energy needed, and you yeah, you just make gains. It's
Yeah, this
crazy.
is all based on Sushi Swap. So if you guys know Sushi Swap, they're really like $100 million network, and these guys built this really simple ass staking, and it's a proven contract. It's used in a lot of places.
It's also another thing is your auto compounding.
Auto compounds because it's automatically based off everything that's in the pool. So
Right? It's
so
awesome.
I mean,
love
just think about it like a stock. Really, it's just like you have a share of the money pot, right? There's a money pot, and as money goes into the pot, you can get shares for it. And how do you get new shares? You stake more Sidekick. But where are you going to get the Sidekick? You got to buy it from Pancakes. You got to pump the price. And so here's the thing: anybody that wants to become a staker has to pay the current stakers, right? So it's like it's a really cool. It's like a membership fee. It's like.
And it's also I like what you said the one day about how the tokenomics basically incentivize you to hodl and not make mistakes and involve emotions. That's a lot of people's problem. Like people that dumped the coin when they first got it, they just didn't know what it was about or something. Like
Yeah, I mean that's the problem with basically all investing is like you want investors to invest long term and think long term. Like most short term investors always they lose. And so yeah, this is really sick, man. So I mean, here's the thing: if someone stakes $1 million Sidekick, the value of your shares are going to go down because there's going to be more staked Sidekick shares out there, right? But here's the thing: for someone to get $1 million Sidekick, they're going to have to buy $1 million Sidekick. You know what I mean? So like, even if someone gets in, your share value might go down, but the price of Sidekick should have gone up.
Yeah.
right, it's getting smaller on one end.
So it's actually better to get in earlier than to leave it and wait.
It's basically just like those things. It's like a vault, it's like a built-in vault. So
Nice, man. Cool. I can't really think of any more questions that I've been asked. Can you think of any more?
I'm good on my end. I'm good.
Yeah, I think it's just that I think a little bit. A few people got confused between the Gangster XSK vault coming out and Sidekick. But yeah, so for people to know how to get into the Gangster one, what you need to do is you need to buy Sidekick. You need to go to the Sidekick staking page, stake it, and then you're given XSK into your wallet, which I will link the XSK address under this video.
Right. SK and XSK are different token addresses for those that don't know.
Yeah. And then the XSK you can stake over in Gangster Finance. But it just means you'll be earning from two places at once, technically.
It's awesome. So it's like, staking shares, it's your share of the pool. And like that's just having a staking share you're automatically earning on the pool. And then you can take those shares and go dump them into a vault, and you can make money on the vault as well. So yeah, it's awesome.
And then it just becomes a waiting game.
Yep.
You've got to wait.
Yes,
cool.
sir.
Well, I think that's pretty much everything, right?
Cool.
Man, Sidekick's going well, Gangster's being released, and all the people that were fudding it in Dijon protocol, they can fucking do one.
Yeah, we got our community's growing, man. So we're not going to be giving out money to just random devs anymore. So we're going to keep our money in our community and keep it safe.
Cool. Right. Well, should we leave it there?
Yeah, this was good shit. Good stuff, guys.
Yeah, man. Right. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Michael. And yeah, Cozz, we'll sort this out again, and we'll do another update, shall we? That's cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Yeah. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
See you guys.
Take care, everybody.
And also, before I go, just to let everyone know, it's Gangster Finance will be released later today, and make sure you go get your Sidekick from Sidekick.finance and then go over to the vaults. But if not, if you don't want to do that, you know, you've got the USD, you've got Bitcoin, and you've also got the Wrap BNB. So yeah, I know. What you guys are.
Yep, absolutely. And
Right.
if you have any questions, you can look in the Telegram. There's a video of Function going through it, so you can see it all again.
100%.
That's it. Get your bags ready.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. Right, I'll talk to you guys later. Talk to you later, Michael.
All right, awesome.
Bye, later, guys. Have a good one.
Later.